It's frosty up on this mountain.
Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at 30,000 feet at Launch Summit, and we are at the eCourse Games kickoff party. Welcome.
Right. I'm so excited. This is awesome. We've been waiting for this day for some time now. Yeah. Here we are.
And in this webinar, we're going to go through the rules of the games, how much cash is actually available to be won by all of our competitors, and how are we going to be judging all of the submissions on April 7th at midnight.
So welcome, and we'll be right back after this.
Man, I have butterflies in my stomach right now. True story. I don't usually get nervous for webinars, but here we are.
Yeah, I know, right? It's always the case, I find.
Yeah.
So welcome, everybody. We're super stoked to have you here with us. We're looking forward to just outlining the rules, the regulations of this eCourse Games, and we'll go through a few other things as well.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, we're going to try and keep this webinar nice and short so that all of you can get to the mountain and start working, because we've got 10 weeks until you have to submit your course. So first off, here at eCourse Adventures, our entire mission is to inspire a new generation of courses. Essentially, we want to inspire the best damn courses on the internet. That when people think about our brand name, they associate that with every course at eCourse Adventures, or that has been produced through the students at eCourse Adventures, are going to be epic. And there's no exception to the ones that were created in our last eCourse Games and the ones that will be created this time. And fortunately for us, we get to judge them all. So we get to go through so many amazing courses. So I'm excited.
Yeah, and what we found, with the Great eCourse Adventure and working with our students, that a lot of students come to the Great eCourse Adventure with good intentions, but it takes quite a while for them to actually get anything accomplished. Yeah. And, in the industry, we've got things called gamification, where we often bring out badges, or in our past platform, we had a currency called the bajillions, and that would help motivate people. But we started chatting when we went over to Mighty Networks, because their gamification wasn't actually up and running yet, which is coming soon.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. That we're like, how can we bring gamification to the course? And that's when we came up with cash money.
Yeah, real money. And you can win real money. Who would have thought?
And so therefore we created this real game called the eCourse Games. This is where we are now, and where you get a chance to win real money by signing up and doing what you've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And we're going to give you that time frame. There's going to be people competing, so you're going to do your best because you want to win.
Yeah.
And so what better way to create gamification than a real game?
Exactly. And the thing is, as you said, you're already going to create a course. Now you can create a course that is even more awesome than the one you would have done if you were just motivated on your own terms. And you have the chance to win thousands of dollars. I mean, it's just... It should be a no-brainer. It's like, I'm going to go give it my all for the next 10 weeks and do this thing.
I like thinking of it like a marathon.
Yeah.
So it's one thing when, New Year's resolution, you're going to get fit, you're going to go jogging every day. Well, that might work for a little while. But if you know you have a marathon coming up at the end of March or something like that, then you're going to actually start working for it. Because you're going to have to do it, and you're telling people that you're joining the marathon, the whole works. So that sort of accountability is very helpful.
Yeah. So instead of you just building a course over in your own silo, there's a whole bunch of people that are going to be going up the mountain with you. And even though you're all competing for the same first place cash prize, you're all actually in it together. And what we saw last time is that everybody was helping each other, and there was a lot of camaraderie that was developed over the course of the games, because it really is. It takes some effort to get to the top of Launch Summit and launch your course. And when you all lift each other up, it's just everybody's going to do a better job.
Totally. Yeah, so I guess if you're new to the mountain and you're new to us in eCourse Adventures, you're probably wondering who we actually are.
Yeah.
I know we've got some of our students in the online right now watching, and so bear with us, guys. But my name's Blair, and I'm essentially the creative producer for a lot of our eCourse Adventure stuff. I've been working alongside Bradley now for about 5 years.
Yep.
And that's where, as a professional media creative, I've been doing this for well over a decade, probably closer to 15 years professionally. And I've made everything from documentaries to music videos, marketing and advertising media, now getting into more of the viral social media realm as well. So you name it, I've seen a lot of it, and bringing the entertainment world, essentially bringing Hollywood into online education, is now the name of the game for me. And so that's what really works well with Brad, because...
Yeah, I launched my first viral video in 2007, a video called The Gratitude Dance. Look it up and dance with your kids. And that led to speaking tours across North America for a bunch of years. I've led more than 500 different empowerment workshops, retreats around the world. Launched my first course in 2012, which basically gave me a taste of what's possible. That course spread to over 50 countries, and I've licensed out my products on apps and other mediums. And that's helped to develop the lifestyle here. And it's given me a lot of the experience needed to coach hundreds or probably even thousands of people to build courses now over the last 4 years. And since we launched the Great eCourse Adventure 3 years ago, we've really been merging the world of entertainment with education. And that's really where we see the industry going. And in the process, we've built this company that's worth over $1 million now. And we have this amazing opportunity to really influence leaders like yourselves, teachers out there who have something really important to share with their audience. And as we know, the standard for online education, people that sign up for a course and never complete it, is somewhere around 97% apparently, which is really, really terrible. And we're here to focus on completion rates, and not just completion, but transformation rates, that when people sign up for your course, they get hooked. They get excited to go to the next lesson because you've created something that's really magical and special for them to go through. Yeah. And that's really what the eCourse Games is all about here, is to inspire you and to coach you every single step of the way. We've got our online community. We've got our courses, the Great eCourse Adventure, Green Screen Magic, the Powerful Video Formula. All of these resources are tools to support you with your creative process, and the community is a space to mastermind and to log your progress and to receive feedback from us as well as others going through the journey with you.
Totally. I mean, the industry is changing in a big way.
Yeah.
And so the age of information is now behind us, and it's about the age of experience. So that's where bringing and merging the way that we actually send out our information, because you're all holding really wonderful information.
Yeah.
That's why you're here. You're looking to teach and grow your community. And how we do that's so important, because everyday creators are using amazing video. Like, just if you look on YouTube, and just like vloggers are using 4K video now, and they're learning how to edit, and the entertainment aspects of that are far beyond what they used to be. And so if we're still using simple little things and just like your webcam in front of your computer and creating that information, it's going to be kind of on the boring side.
Yeah.
So so that's kind of the back end of who we are and what we're all about. But let's move forward into
the rules.
The rules.
Should we share the rules? Drop these rules down.
Rules of the game.
All right.
Okay.
So rules of the game. Every game needs a set of rules for the players to play by, and so the rules are pretty simple and straightforward for this one. We've got 8 rules. These will be published on the eCourse Adventures Network right after this, or if you're watching this in the future, then you'll be able to see the rules somewhere on the page that you're watching this from. So, rule number 1, you must be a paid member of the Great eCourse Adventure.
Yeah.
So this is a game for our members to really just motivate you for the next 10 weeks to build your courses. Do you want to rotate? Do you want to just go back and forth?
All right, number 2. It cannot be a course that has previously made over $1,000 in sales.
Yeah.
So that really means that if it's a course that you had and you've been crushing it in the industry, it's just not a game for you. But if you've created a course and, your mom and your aunt and your couple friends bought it and you did make a few sales, well, just consider that validation that you've got something great.
Yeah.
And we're hoping that you'll be able to take that course, spruce it up, use the techniques that we're teaching and make something really awesome.
Totally.
Yeah.
And rule number 3, the course will sell for a price of less than $100, meaning we want you to create a course that's not like super expensive. This isn't going to be your premium course. You're really looking to facilitate an extremely specific result. This is going to be something that's sold for $100 or less in your shopping cart.
Yeah.
And that's just important to consider, that this isn't going to be $1,000 premium course that you're building here. This is like somebody signs up for your email. This is your first purchase thing that they're gonna buy from you.
Yeah, this is an important one because this is essentially the event, So if we're at the Olympics and there's like the 100 meter dash, the 300 meter dash, the 1,000 meter, so forth and so on. So this is very specific for this this game specifically. And so in the future, when we do another eCourse games in the summer one or the fall one, we'll be changing the rules a little bit. So this is $100 that we're going to be selling these courses for.
Yeah, and somebody said in USD, and the answer is whatever your currency is, it would be $100, or we could all use USD. It's $100. If it's 100 pounds, then we can accept that as well.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks for that clarification.
All right. Number 4, it needs to be completed, or completed courses must be submitted by April 7th at midnight Pacific.
Yeah.
That's the time that we're at. So we're just going to use that as our time.
Yeah.
That's April 7th.
70 days from today.
And 70 nights.
70 days and 70 nights. Oh, what a vision quest we are going on, folks. Rule number 5, you must submit a weekly adventure log in the great eCourse adventure community. So maybe can we show the adventure log, or do you want to do that after we share the rules?
After we go through all 8 rules, then we'll show what an adventure log looks like.
Okay, so we'll show you the adventure log in a minute here, but you must submit one every week. If you fail to submit one on one of the weeks that you're in the games, then that disqualifies you from winning any cash. You can still play the games, but you can't win anything.
Yeah. All right. And then should we say why that's important?
Well, it's important for a bunch of reasons. 1, it lets us follow your journey. 2, it lets others follow your journey. 3, it's actually really therapeutic to be doing these adventure logs, as all of our great eCourse adventure students will show you. It's a way for you to test out your ideas. You can share your video prototypes. You can lay out your curriculums. It's an amazing way for you to just share the journey that you're on, so you can be witnessed by others as well as receive critical feedback from us and the other competitors.
Right. Okay. Number 6. There are no limits to how you deliver this course as long as it's binge-worthy and awesome.
Yeah. So that, if you're not on a platform, maybe it's like maybe it's this crazy downloadable PDF thing with the videos embedded into it. It could be anything, any format that you want, as long as it's a learning experience, it teaches a specific skill, and it's really awesome. So we're not putting any rules on how you facilitate the learning process.
Right.
As long as it's online, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. The next rule, number 7. Teams are recommended. That's right.
If not encouraged.
Encouraged. Yeah. So you don't have to have a team. Obviously, you could be a solopreneur. You could climb this mountain on your own. But imagine how much further you could get and how much faster you could get there if you found a media creator, a graphic designer, or somebody to help you piece your vision together, and somebody who could help you take that media experience to the next level. The reason we've gotten to where we are is because of the power of collaboration, basically.
Yeah, totally. Brad's really good at things that I'm not specifically good at, and vice versa. So together we are able to create things 10 times better than if we were individually.
So you can split the registration fee with somebody, and then split all the cash you will win, and split all the cash you're going to make from this product. You're essentially, every product you create that you're charging money for is a new business opportunity that you could share the money you make with somebody else who has some spare time and wants to earn some extra money.
Yeah, when you do your research, market research, you know you've got a good course. You could be making thousands of dollars from a great course every month. And if you're splitting the work, you can then essentially split the income, which is great.
Yeah.
And then start building your own little production company for more courses down the road.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And Mel asks, can it be a free course? And so let's just touch on that real quick. It has to be a paid course, but you could give away, say, the first lesson for free or the first week for free, whatever you want. There's ways, like a lot of our courses have a 7-day free trial or a 14-day free trial. So that's a way to do the free version with the paid price tag at the end.
Totally. Like the beta testing for the eCourse games that we just completed in the fall was essentially just that, a free offering.
Exactly.
So we'll even send links to some of the winners of that and what it looked like. Do something like that. Yeah. And then so number 8, the last rule of this game is the top 4 courses win the cash.
Yes.
Essentially the purse. And the 5th to 10th place winners, they win a $300 coaching session.
Yes.
With us.
And so that's a way for this game, we have less than 50 people. So we're going to have a lot of people winning, which is amazing. If you get into the top 10, then there's a chance that you've got an incredible product and we can just help you take it to the next level by digging into the feedback that we have for you after going through your course. And these sessions are invaluable.
So let's look at the purse.
Let's talk about this purse.
Yeah.
How much money are we talking here, Blair?
So here we go. We're looking at that right now. So we've got... So right now, this is how we kind of brought this out, because we never really know how many participants we're actually going to have. Ideally, as we grow, it's going to definitely increase what first place could win. And so, eventually our dream is to be getting about 500 people, which it really isn't a lot of people when you think of how many people are making courses out there.
This was our first time actually advertising. So, this is
growing.
This is our first real time. Our first one was beta. Here we are.
Yeah.
And the way that we're doing the purse here, I play professional golf as my hobby. And so we basically kind of use the golf tournament format for how we're divvying up the prizes here.
Totally, yeah. So first place, are these the exact numbers for this
These
one?
are the numbers, yes.
All right, so we're looking at first place, $2,000, and it goes down from there.
$1,250, $1,000. Even if you're in 4th place, you still win $750.
Right, and then everybody else is going to be also getting coaching. Now, are these guys getting coaching as well with us?
Oh, why not?
I think so, right?
Might as well.
Yeah. That's if you want it.
Yeah, if you want it.
So, but that's it. You're definitely going to win something. The chances of when you put the work in are really good to be getting something. And we found that when working with the other students that went through and they didn't quite, get the money bag, and win anything, that they still got our coaching, and then they were able to take everything that they learned from creating, because now they have actually a complete course. And with some tweaking and some fiddling around and just, our perspective and our coaching, they're able to create something that's really working. And then it's on the market, and then you're actually making money. And so that's the real win. So it's a win or win, essentially.
Exactly. Could you actually go back to that page? I just want to take a moment to thank our sponsors for this eCourse games. So a lot of this is possible because of our sponsors. So thank you to eCourse Adventures. They're really, really good guys sitting on a mountaintop right now. Thank you to Mighty Networks.
Yeah.
Thank you to Mint CRO. So Mint CRO did the marketing for us. Mighty Networks, obviously that's the platform we use at eCourse Adventures and where all of our courses are hosted. And Unbounce.
Awesome.
We'll get into what Unbounce does a little later because they provide the templates that we give all of our students for your sales pages.
Nice. Yeah, thanks so much, everybody, for sponsoring the first major eCourse game.
Woohoo!
Right. So we said we would go and show what...
The adventure log? So we'll show what an adventure log looks like for those of you who are joining the games. And then we'll get into what we're judging the courses by. So how are we going in and judging the courses to select the winners?
Yeah, so we'll just do this real quick here. Switch that over. Nice.
So this is Jonathan Stewart's adventure log from the busy guitarist.
Nice.
So inside the Great eCourse Adventure, you're taught in the onboarding at Basecamp how to create your own adventure log. And this is what Jonathan's looks like.
Yeah, that's awesome. So there's some videos of what he's doing, just getting organized. Now, do they get a template?
Yeah, it essentially shows them exactly how to do it at the Basecamp video. It shows you how to do this. As you can see, Jonathan's at the very top are the newest entries, and the lower you get, the older they get. And so every time he makes an entry, you scroll all the way down to the comments at the bottom, and you write updated with the date and maybe a quick note in the comments. And what that does when you write the updated thing in the comments is it essentially shuffles your post back up to the very top of the wall inside of our network so that it's exposed to more people and you can get more feedback.
Right, so the newest is at the top.
Newest at the top. That's right. So if you scroll way down to the bottom, you can show that comments section. Bam, right there. So you can see where Jonathan posts his new updates.
Right on.
And then each update can have its own conversation thread where we can all give them feedback.
Cool. And this is actually really great for the rest of the community members. Being able to pay, they can watch this. Can they read this?
Yep. Everybody who is a member of the Great eCourse Adventure can see the adventure logs.
So it's great for them to get inspired as well. That's the beauty of being in the community. So anyone that's in the community and online right now watching, then I know you can attest to that. And that's, if you're not part of the community or another community making eCourses, that this is one of the main perks of joining eCourse Adventures and the Great eCourse Adventure that we created. Yeah. Because then you get to watch other people creating all the time around you. It's like being part of an awesome creative collective, and so you can watch what they're up to, and then get inspired, learn a whole schwack of things from them.
So much. We learn so much from our students.
We learn from our students as well all the time. Yeah.
So that's what the adventure log looks like. Now let's talk about the judging. So we have 5 categories for how we judge the courses that are submitted. So at the moment we have three judges. We have myself and Blair and Ranger Boss Lady, who you see cruising around the community. And we go through all the courses that are submitted. We spend approximately an hour per course, because obviously if we have 50 courses, we can't give more than an hour for going through these courses. And out of the 5 categories, we rate each one on a scale of 1 to 10. And then we give the overall course a score out of 150. Now, we don't see what each other's judging. This is a blind judging, and then once we've all judged each course, we put all the numbers together, and whatever the highest numbers are the winners.
So the five criterias that we're going to be judging on is 1, creativity. So that's your themification, your production style. Is it keeping our attention? You want to stand out, right? So you're not part of the sea of sameness.
Yeah, and if you haven't watched our Art of eCourse Creation, which is soon becoming the Art of Binge-Worthy Courses mini course, then that's the place to start, because that takes you on the eCourse Frontier Starship to the new world of online education, where you learn about themification and gamification and building communities and all these different things that you're going to need to do for your course.
Yeah. Number 2 is engagement. So again, that kind of works with creativity, but a little bit different. So this is your gamification. This is essentially your hook factor.
Yeah. How engaged do you keep us as we're going through your course? From the moment we go to your registration page, to the onboarding experience, to your first lesson, all the way through. How are you engaging us?
Yeah. Number 3 is your delivery. So how the experience is facilitated.
Yeah. And that's really like also, how are you delivering the curriculum? Is it engaging? Does the curriculum make sense? Are the lessons potent and to the point so that we can learn what we need and move to the next step?
Number 4 is your professionalism. So this is coming through in the quality of your media, also how you're presenting yourself, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, is it professional? Will people take you serious when they find you online? And that can be the audios, the videos, if you have a workbook, all these things. We're going to be looking at how pro is it.
Right. And number 5 is the business viability. Does this have an audience and potential to stand out and actually make money?
Yeah. So we'll be judging those things. Each one of those gets a rating between 1 and 10, and that's 3 judges. So your score will be out of 150.
Yeah. So that's essentially how we're judging these courses. And you got the rules of the game, you know, how much money and what's available to win. So Bradley, what else should we cover at this point?
Well, for all of you that are already in the Great eCourse Adventure, I mean, this is your opportunity to begin your journey up to Launch Summit. Go make your first adventure log. In your adventure log, please share the working title of your course as your first post. And you can head off to the races. For everybody else that's on the fence or you're not a member yet, we're going to take probably about 10 minutes to go through some of the perks of what's included when you register for the eCourse Games on that eCourse Games landing page. And we'll showcase some of that. And if there's any questions at all, you can write your questions down in the YouTube chat, and we'll get to those at the end.
Yeah. So as all you members who are already signed up for the eCourse Games, get going. Don't want to be wasting the rest of this webinar. You already know what's going on.
Although you can upgrade if you reach out to us, you can upgrade your membership. If you're just a standard member, reach out and we can tell you how to upgrade your membership.
Cool.
So you get the other things that we're about to talk about.
Nice.
Because this is actually a really special package that we're announcing today. Ooh, so you might want to stick around after all for another 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then, just for the rest of you, just a heads up, we're going to be giving you a bit of a tour of the Great eCourse Adventure, what we call the mountain, what that actually looks like, what you'll be able to, what kind of lessons and what you'll get by going through that. We'll also take a quick look at Green Screen Magic as well, another course that we've created, because that was one of the main questions that we got from our students was how to use a green screen, because that was one of the main tools that we used and still using to this very day.
This is totally not a green screen, though. We are on a 30,000 foot high mountain right now.
Yeah, it's
obvious.
It's
really cold out here.
It's very cold, and yeah.
And I have frostbite, so my cheeks are getting rosy. It's not because I'm really hot right now. It's because it's cold.
But it's okay. We're Canadian, so we can handle this. And then we'll also be looking at the powerful video formula, which is another amazing course to get you comfortable in front of the camera, because actually that's another main thing that I find a lot of early creators as a major hurdle. Getting in front of the camera. You have a lot that you want to share, a lot of good information. Then you buy the camera, you buy the green screen, you write your scripts, you get everything themified, you're ready to go. Then you turn the camera on and it's like, so today we're going to be learning about, fill in the blank. Yeah. So that is also a wonderful course to get you really comfortable. So we're going to be looking at those.
Yeah. And we'll be talking about the mastermind that we do with our students. Yeah. And we're going to be showing off the sales page template that you all have access to right now. As a member of the Great eCourse Adventure, you can literally just take away our content and put in your own for these sales pages. We're going to show off one that we actually built last week using the sales page template.
Nice.
So all that coming up in the next 15 minutes.
I wish we had like a transition button right now.
I know. And let's start with the Great eCourse Adventure. So this is our flagship course. This is the one that all of our members go through. And it basically teaches you to identify your niche, come up with your idea. If you have multiple ideas, it helps you to narrow it down to the one that you're going to move forward with. It helps you to flesh out your curriculum, come up with a theme, how to make it more engaging through gamification, how to choose the best platform for you based on your course needs, your skill levels with tech, and your budget. It helps you to come up with your landing page, your copy, like basically all the things you need to do. This is the most in-depth course on building courses.
What is?
The Great eCourse Adventure. I
was looking for a transition. Flagship. You're talking about our stuff.
Yeah, I'm talking about our stuff. So we're just going to show a quick 3-minute video of what the course is all about. Cue the video.
Cueing the video.
All great journeys begin with a map, and the Great eCourse Adventure is no exception to the rule. So put on your pack and let's take you on a tour up the mountains so you can see what's in store for you on this epic quest in eCourse creation. It all begins at base camp, where you'll meet your guides and fellow adventurers, acquaint yourself with the tools you'll use to build your course, and get into the right mindset for the epic journey ahead. From there, we head up to Reflection Pond, where you'll meet your Sherpa, set your intentions for the adventure, and get clear on your motivations so that when resistance, fear, or excuses kick in, your why will be bigger than your why nots. In Mapora Meadows, you'll get clear on which of the 4 types of e-courses you want to create, as well as take personal inventory on the tools and skills you have available from your lifetime of experience. Then through the gates to Architect Forest we go, where a friendly wizard will help you get clear on an amazing course idea and pinpoint exactly who you're making it for. Then we climb up to Creator Heights, where we take that idea and draft up your course outline with lessons and modules. We also have a special ceremony with a shaman who shows you the secrets to infusing your course with creativity and personality. From there, we come to a fork in the road. You can either go through Validation Swamp, where you test your idea in the real world by pre-selling it to your potential students, or you take the shortcut to Camp Medius, where 2 media geniuses will teach you the art of creating highly engaging video experiences for your course lessons. After leaving Camp Medius, we're gifted the opportunity to learn from the master of eCourse platforms at the Temples of Technosis. He'll guide you to create the best platform for your course based on your budget, needs, and level of tech experience. He makes the tech side of course creation feel like you're walking on a cloud. Then we head down the Automatora River with a new friend we meet along the way, who just happens to be a pro at email automations. With his help, your course can go on autopilot so you have more free time to enjoy the sweeter things in life. Upwards at Salus Canyon, a seasoned online marketer will show you the tricks to understanding and communicating your value. There you'll find an authentic way to write potent sales copy and marketing material that deeply resonates with your future students. In the Fennell Caves, you will receive a message from the future that helps you set up your ultimate customer sales experience and high-value sales funnel. You'll then find the courage to scale the cliffs of Marketer Ridge, where you'll come up with your launch game plan and marketing strategy. And with your plan in place, we lead you through the storm to the snow-capped peak of Launch Summit, where you'll finally share your masterpiece with the world and start making sales. Pushing that launch button will call for a celebration. We end our adventure at Freedom Gardens, where you integrate and reflect on the entire journey, understand ways to nurture your growing community, and prepare for your next big adventure. As you can see, the Great eCourse Adventure is an extraordinary journey in the art of eCourse creation. With the help of your eCourse Adventure guides and the many interesting characters you'll meet along the way, we're confident you will create the greatest eCourse you can possibly imagine, and beyond.
Well, there you have it, folks.
That's that. So that is what's included with the $495 registration fee for our essential package for the eCourse games. You get a year-long membership to the Great eCourse Adventure, plus entry into the games. So you're saving $300 by going with that package.
Totally. And I just want to say, too, that, when you're watching that trailer, there's a lot of characters, there's a lot of, fun and almost on the side of silly things going on. And I want to assure that there's the lessons behind all that are really amazing and actually been tried, tested, and true now by hundreds of our students. And what we've done is bring in the personality mainly of Brad, because this was his creation when he came to me originally, of bringing his personality and his playfulness and his sense of comedy into it to keep it entertaining. And it was through this course that we actually realized that the industry actually needs more of this. And this is what the whole premise of eCourse Adventures has come from. So it creates a very entertaining and what we call binge-worthy course.
And there's a storyline that goes with it. Actually, one of the things I love most, in the early days when we launched the Great eCourse Adventure, somebody that went through the whole thing came to us afterwards, was like, going through it, it was like a combination between Saturday Night Live and Indiana Jones, which definitely it summarizes what you're getting into. And the lessons are short and to the point. Like every single lesson, there's about 92 in total. It's one specific thing that you have to do to take your next step up the mountain. And by the time you've gone through all of them, you've taken your steps and you'll have your course ready to launch.
Yeah, it also comes with a very thick workbook that has all of your actions to do with each course or each lesson. And yeah, the beauty of the storyline and having all those characters and everything that's in that is you want to complete your lesson because it's like a movie you want to carry through.
You want to see what happens in the next scene.
In the next episode, yeah.
Because every single lesson is a different background. It's a different location on the mountain. There's different characters that come in. It's a lot of fun.
So that's what you get for the $4.95. And now for the $9.95.
So we've got... you also receive, for the higher, the pro plan, you receive green screen magic and the powerful video formula. So we'll share a couple quick trailers for those, and then we'll get into the bi-monthly masterminds that we lead every 2 Wednesdays.
Right, there's a picture of it too there.
That's what it looks like on the landing page, and I posted a link here in the chat.
Yeah, nice.
So let's show the green screen magic trailer, because this course for us was a masterpiece to try and figure out how do we come up with a really, really fun way to teach all of you how to perform these magic tricks that we do with the green screen to help complement your storytelling, to bring people into these worlds that you're making for them to learn inside of.
Yep, so we actually essentially became magicians.
Yes. So the theme is you're a magician's apprentice.
Here we go.
Hey, it's Brad and Blair from eCourse Adventures. And since launching the Great eCourse Adventure back in 2016, one of the biggest requests from our community has been to create a green screen course to show our students how we brought the magic of the mountain to life.
That's right. Along the way, our students got to meet a bunch of wild characters who helped us teach the lesson material. And we had some pretty awesome experiences too, like whitewater rafting, scaling cliff faces Batman style, getting lost in underground caves, and teaching our lessons in some stunning locations like Reflection Pond, Creator Heights, Salish Canyon, and eventually up to Launch Summit.
We even went to outer space.
And all of this from the comforts of our own home.
So, we finally broke down and let the rabbit out of the hat by creating this green screen magic course, which is going to teach you to make more interesting, exciting, and effective eCourse lessons and media experiences that keep your audience captivated and engaged.
So in this course, you will be learning the tricks of the trade and essentially becoming a bona fide green screen magician yourself. You'll be learning so much more than just proper sound and lighting. In this course, we're going to show you how to composite multiple layers in your scene's backgrounds to create custom environments, interact with other characters and objects which aren't actually there, work a teleprompter, properly plan out your scenes, and use audio-video editing techniques that magically make the world you're creating more believable.
We also guide you in the editing room step by step and layer by layer, and showed you exactly what you need to do in the order you need to do it to create your very own masterpiece. So when you complete your magician's apprenticeship, you're gonna be a far better storyteller, producer, and video editor than you are now, making all of your future eCourse lessons 100 times better. This green screen magic course is going to help you tap into a level of creativity within yourself that you may have never known even existed. And as a result, build eCourses that are out of this world. So with that, we look forward to seeing you on the big stage.
Happy creating.
Oh man, it's such a delight to see that that is actually done.
Yeah, I know, right? It's actually been a while since I've seen the trailer myself, and it's just like, wow, so much fun.
That was so much fun. So much fun making. So that is included with the Pro Pass, and then so is the powerful video formula for all of you that want to look more awesome on camera and feel more awesome on camera.
Yeah.
So let's check out the trailer for that one. It's a short trailer.
Here we go. Nice.
And I will say so that is not a course that we produce. This one that Jan and Natalia produced from Big 3 Video Agency. And I binge watched the crap out of that one when I was uploading it to the platform because it is so funny. Like their comedy is just hilarious, and the way that they guide you to make your scripts and do the camera angles and lighting and how exercises to do to feel more confident and creative drills that you have to do for making your videos. It's so amazing. So that is also included, and included on top of that is the bi-monthly mastermind. So every 2 Wednesdays at 1 o'clock PST, we get together on Zoom and we brainstorm around your course, ideas that you have. You have some work to show for. We can take a look and offer our feedback. And this is not just getting feedback from us, but you get feedback from the other participants in the mastermind. So you're getting a lot.
Just so amazing because there's so many people from so many walks of life and professions all coming together. And that's what we say. We often, like, if not always, I'm learning from our own students because they're professionals in what they do, and we're professionals with what we do. And when we come together, it's phenomenal, and that really brings like the whole master aspect of the mastermind, which is it's phenomenal. So that's a really amazing thing to also get involved with if you can.
Yeah, it's so powerful, and for the little bit of extra money that you have to pay to get involved in those, it's so worth it.
Yeah.
Everybody gets in the hot seat every single time we do a mastermind, which means every 2 weeks you have a rhythm of having focused support on you and your work.
Yeah, and then the big difference when you get involved with the mastermind and all this extra stuff is, it's a little bit more upfront, but if you're making a really good course, you're going to be making, an easy $1,000 every month if you're doing due diligence, which right there, like, the potential of making $12,000 in the next year in your course is pretty realistic if you go through and do all the steps.
Yeah.
And so putting that investment into something like that in the mastermind goes a long way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So those are what are included in the Pro package, and also included in both the $495 and the $995 packages are sales page templates using Unbounce, one of our sponsors. So I'd actually just using our template, which I love. I'm not a designer, right? So all of our sales pages, as you'll see if you go to the Great eCourse Adventure, Green Screen Magic, or Powerful Video Formula, or the one we're about to show, they all have a very similar look and feel for how they're laid out. And I love using them because I can just go in, plug in the new information, change some colors and some pictures, and I've got a new sales page. So let's show Bad Artist Bootcamp. This is Jessica Antonelli's new course that's coming out. We're actually launching it on the eCourse Adventures Marketplace next week.
Yeah.
Jessica came second in the last eCourse games with her stick figures to Savvy Sketches mini course, which is amazing. We'll have a link to that as well.
Essentially her free offering to this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's check out Bad Artist Bootcamp. Whoa, nice transition.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was great. So this is her new sales page. I spent a few hours, 3-4 hours.
So you made this,
this.
Bradley.
I made this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Jessica provided me with some of the assets for it, but
Obviously,
I made it in a few hours. And all of you will get access so you can make sales pages like this really, really easily.
Nice.
Yeah. And one of the cool things about Unbounce is you get a lot of different analytics, and you can test out different landing page combos. For example, working with Mint CRO, one of our sponsors on our marketing campaign, for our landing page, which we're getting 50% conversion rates on, we tested that for a couple months to get up to the 50%, but we used all sorts of different variations of the same sales page to finally get the conversion rates up really, really high, like astronomically high compared to the 1.5 to 2% industry standard. So this is Jessica's. You'd be able to make sales pages like this in the matter of a few hours with the templates.
It's beautiful.
It's so amazing.
The color scheme. So that's where the color scheme, is easily changeable. All the graphics, the logos, you get to put in your own testimonials.
You can literally click sections on and off with the click of a button.
Yeah.
It's so easy to build using
Amazing.
this, coming from a non-designer like myself.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, I feel delighted that I can now like build sales pages in a few hours and they actually look good.
Nice. Let's see.
Yeah.
We're going to do another transition. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Whoa. Fractals, man. That was amazing.
I have to say, like, we just upgraded to Wirecast, which is a more professional broadcasting software. We were using OBS for these types of things. And so we've been upgrading our equipment slowly but surely. And this is, I think, the first actual live webinar that we've used with this. So I'm still learning a lot of these cool techniques.
Since people are still here, it's working, so that's good.
Good.
So for the $9.95, you get an annual trail pass for the Great eCourse Adventure plus the Mastermind, normally $7.95 per year. You get Green Screen Magic, normally $197. The Powerful Video Formula, normally $297, and access to the eCourse games, regular $200 to enter. Fiona asked, do existing members get access to the landing pages? Yes, when you get to Fennel Caves, I think it's checkpoint 11 in the Great eCourse Adventure, you might or might not meet our future selves, and they might or might not give you access to the landing page templates. So if you are ready for your landing page template right now, then skip all the way up the mountain to Fennel Caves and you will get your links there, or it's also in the workbook.
All right, let's see.
So
here.
Questions.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions? We can open it up. And if there are no questions, then get yourself registered for the eCourse games. We have the link in all of the emails that you've been receiving from us, or on the page if you're watching this in the future. If you have questions, feel free to just shoot us an email. You've got until Thursday at midnight to get in the games. Otherwise, you will have to wait quite a while. Which means in 10 weeks from now, you won't have a course that can start making you money. So this is an amazing condensed container, a focused container where you can have your course launched in 10 weeks. You can make cash or win cash and change the world. You're on a mission.
We've got a question.
We have a question. I love questions.
Fast Track Subconscious Reprogramming. The question is, we use Camtasia for editing. Will the green screen course editing lessons be useful for that as well? Or would we need to use a different software?
Take it away, Maestro.
Yeah, so Green Screen Magic, when we created it, I've been using Adobe software for some time. So that's what I use to showcase and teach it in. But the lessons of Green Screen Magic go a lot further than just the technical aspects of how to use a green screen and edit in your software. And I specifically we kind of created the course around it that way because we know not everybody's using Premiere Pro to do that. Green Screen Magic is teaching more of the bigger picture of when you place a camera in front of the green screen. What are you doing for lighting? And are you considering what the background looks like? How are you blending yourself in? So you'll be able to definitely use whatever you're used to editing. There might be some limitations. Now you have to make sure that there is a green screen option in your editing software to be able to do that, because that's definitely an essential piece of it. But you'll be able to apply a lot of the philosophies more on how to make a really good looking and realistic scene. So like, for example, what you're looking at right now, where can I give away the
illusion?
Yeah.
Well, I guess so.
Okay. For essentially, we are in our studio, if you haven't figured this out already. And so the backdrop behind us is this beautiful picture that I've created and composed using a mountain and the logo that we've created and another layer of this screen behind us. And so I composed that first in Photoshop. And you can use that any sort of photo composition program that you have. And then when we first placed it in, what I noticed, and I'm saying to Brad today, is when we placed this behind us, because of the quality of our camera at this point is only shooting 720p, which isn't the highest quality, we seemed more fuzzy in front of the background because it was like high quality image behind us. And so that was giving away the illusion because the camera would be focused on us as the subject and not the background. So I brought it back into Photoshop and applied some blur to it to give more of a depth of field illusion. So now we stand out more as the subject compared to the background. So those are just simple things that will make your courses and your green screen productions a lot more realistic. So hopefully that answers your question.
And I'll say, like, I was the one to go through every single lesson after Blair put them together, the technical components. And I mean, it's amazing. He takes you from the setup of Premiere Pro all the way through every single step. Like, every editing step is a step-by-step process that you just follow what Blair does, and you're going to have this illusion created by the time you get through it.
Yeah, and it's, practice makes perfect. When I started 3 years ago or so, 3.5 years on Green Screen Magic, that was the first time I used green screen. So I learned what I needed to, and because we did 92 lessons in that course alone over the course of the year, I got a lot of experience in a short amount of time.
We had no idea how to do green screen before we started.
Yeah. So then that brought us there, and each time you do it, then you're like, that's pretty good, but maybe I can do this. And then you go one step further and like, oh yeah, that's good, but maybe I want to try this effect or something like that. And next thing you know, we were like climbing mountains in ways that we never thought we could. We were sitting down on ledges. We were scaling mountaintops, as you saw. You can kind of get quite creative with it when you start understanding the basics and the fundamentals.
And you'll see, like, we would have multiple characters on screen talking to each other that weren't actually there, which you learn to do in the course as well.
Which you can do as well, totally. If you're on a Mac, Final Cut Pro, iMovie. I don't know iMovie all that well if it has the chroma key. That's the more specific name for green screen is chroma key, the actual technique. So double check that your program has it or not. If you're really serious about making courses and you're going and you're looking at the long run, I recommend looking into and investing in a professional editing software, something that you'll be able to get good at, and over the years just continue to get better, and not be limited down the road. That's just a pro tip. And let's see here.
Another question from Fiona here. Are you doing supportive webinars throughout? So yeah, we'll be doing some webinars, updating people on where others are at in the eCourse games, as well as providing some coaching and feedback. And we're also trying our hand in vlogs. So we're going to be, we did all of last year, for the second half of last year, we did eCourse Adventures Live, our live show. And this year, as an experiment, we're going to be doing vlogs. So there'll be much shorter episodes, more entertaining, more production creativity for us to develop these little stories and lessons. So we're going to be doing vlogs more than anything.
Getting onto the YouTube scene, offering a lot of what we do just in little short bites, rather than a huge course.
And we've essentially got, I think in the next 8 weeks, we've got 8 courses launching in our marketplace from our students, as well as a couple of our own. We've got a new Mighty Networks course that we're producing at the moment that'll be coming out before the end of the games, that teaches you how to use Mighty Networks. That one's going to be really fun. So, we'll be doing some vlogs to feature all these different courses and go behind the scenes with the creator of these courses and show off all the different things they've done to create them.
There's a question here by Haley. Do I have to be a course creating pro for this contest? No way. If you follow our simple steps, you can go from zero to hero, as they say. It's essentially just like climbing a mountain, one step at a time, and you're just going through. If you have really it's more important than anything is that you have a good personality that people are going to want to follow. That's a big key, is like who you are. That's what people are essentially coming to you for, because whatever you're doing, Haley, I'm sure there's, at least 10 more people out there that are doing what you're doing, essentially, just like there's at least 10 more companies and people, and pros doing what we're doing. But that's the key when it comes to the experience, is that they're looking for you. And so putting yourself in front of the camera and making sure the quality is good, using the basics like gamification, themification, storyline, and just having a good sense of delivery and then you're going to have a great course and you have a really good chance of winning.
And that's what we're going to coach you around the entire eCourse games, is just to help you develop all of those skills that are required to create something that's, our whole mission is to help you stand out in your industry, to help you become the go-to expert, that when somebody's searching for a course in your niche, that yours is the one that really stands out above the others because of the production quality, the imagination and creativity, and the way that you deliver the experience. And we know, like, for courses on building courses, there's nothing like ours on the internet. Like, this is as creative as we could possibly imagine.
Yeah, it's unique, and that's a good thing. It's for what we do, and and that's the thing. You don't have to win first place to win.
No,
just even creating your first course, and you come in 12th, let's say, you're still going to have your own course, and you've done the work, and now you're able to move forward from that point.
Yeah.
And either create another course after, or re-look at what you just created and tweak and make better, and learn a whole lot on who you are and what you are, and how you're interacting with your industry. So there's a lot of reasons to move forward if this is something that you are looking, for a trajectory for the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have another question here. We talk about gamification. Do you offer different gamification ideas, leaderboards, points, levels, badges, rewards, etc.? Yeah. So that's a part of the community experience, is brainstorming around your course. As you can see with the Great eCourse Adventure and all of our other courses, Mighty Networks doesn't have badges right now. We come from a platform that we had badges and points and leaderboards. So we've done all of that. And Mighty Networks doesn't have that. So the eCourse games is our solution to create a truly gamified learning experience without those things. And this is actually way cooler and more gamified than all those things, because this is motivating real world action, where badges and points, they work for the hook factor. They get people motivated to take action. But over time, and we noticed this over the few years we had the other platform, is people kind of go numb to those things and they stop mattering as much.
Yeah.
And we even allowed people to cash their points in for real products and services in our shop. But the real money is a real gamification element. But we can help you brainstorm based on your theme to come up with contests that you can do and ways to create more engagement within your network.
Yeah, totally. And there's something here that Fiona said. They're like, all others are just slides and scarcity sales, and that makes me think of the way that we teach isn't that you're going to necessarily become like a 7-figure entrepreneur in the next 3 months. The reality is that it does take time, and for a lot of people that's actually refreshing to hear, that we say, like, by entering working with us in the Great eCourse Adventure, it's essentially signing up for university, and that you're going through and to actually look at it like the next 4 years that it's going to take for you to grow who you are and your ability to communicate what you do and deliver that in a professional way that will eventually stand out on top.
Yeah.
And if you give yourself those 4 years and that sort of plan, then you've got a really good shot of making those 7 figures. We're essentially year 5 working together, and now this business that we've done is essentially valued at $1.2 million, because of an investor that came on board. And
not bad.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. We're
and
pretty proud about what we've accomplished in this period of time.
Totally, right? And then that's something that we just continue to grow. And I mean, they're just numbers. It's really more about the lifestyle that we actually get to live.
Yeah. And that's really why most of you are creating courses, is there's this vision you have for your lifestyle that you're unable to access by working with small workshops and small groups and one-on-one clients, and that you want to be able to scale your impact as well as your income by reaching more people. And courses have allowed us to do that. And it's amazing. Like my meditation course I launched originally, the fact that could reach people in 50 countries. At the time, I was leading workshops for 10 to 20 people at a time, and I did 500 in 2 years. And over the course of a few years of having that course available, there was people in 50 countries. Like if I did workshop teaching tours to 50 countries, I would have lost all my hair. Like it would have been so much work.
Yeah, so it's the lifestyle that we get to live and get to work for ourselves. And even though it might not be making even six figures, or heck, sometimes, five figures is getting a little bit scared, hard at times at certain stages. The fact that we still work for ourselves through that and get to wean ourselves off of the day-to-day grind has been amazing.
Yeah. And all those 6 figures and 6-week courses, like those are just all marketing hype.
Yeah.
And for us, like the hype that we're trying to really get on the train about is hyping you up to do your best damn work and really commit to that and see that through. I mean, Paulo, who won the first eCourse games with his Kayaking Secrets course, he said that before that, he'd been creating courses for a few years, quite a few years, kayaking courses, and he'd never really enjoyed editing, but the eCourse games inspired him to really spend the time in the editing room on his videos so that every video was a work of art, that he really put all of his attention to detail into those videos to make them more beautiful and more exciting for people to watch. And that's what this is really about.
It goes a long way. Explore Life here was saying that I'm feeling a bit intimidated by the tech part of things. I know my limitations and my interests. I hope that my content ability to be authentic is going to be engaging. A lot of people get intimidated by tech, and that's actually a good reason why to team up with someone that loves tech. Find that person that loves tech but might not have a message to share or wants to be in front of the camera like you do.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's going on here.
Now look at you in front
well,
of the camera,
I know,
like a
right?
superstar.
And so when 5 years ago when we first met, I didn't like to be in front of the camera. I just like making really nice, engaging video. And so working with Bradley and where he was with his meditation business, and so that's where we started, and then it turned into the eCourses, and then eventually he pulled me in front of the camera for Green Screen Magic, and then these webinars and shows, and I'm so grateful over the time. So if you're someone that loves tech and might be afraid, like the other way around, to be in front of the camera, it's so worth just doing. Yeah. It's going to be awkward no matter what. It was awkward probably for everyone at some point. And then vice versa. If you're not into tech, well, like for you've been getting so much better over the years working with me. Yeah. And your eye for putting together these beautiful sales pages and even some videos on your own. But yeah, team up with someone at first and work with someone that, go phone a community college that has, a videography program or something like that. Put a word out to your community, something like that, and work together. And yeah,
I mean, if you can't find that person in this 10-week period, then check out some lifestyle vlogs, VLOGS on YouTube. Like that's what you've been really inspired to do lately. Yeah, and just see how they're producing them. Notice how they weave a story into their lessons and the experience. And you could do that. Anybody could do that with their phone. That there's more than one way. You don't have to have a green screen. You don't have to have a storyline like the Great eCourse Adventure and all these things we did. Let those be things to motivate and inspire you to think outside the box. But there's so many ways to put your course together, and that's what I would say to really focus on.
So Paige MacGyver asks, can you clarify if we're already members of the Great eCourse Adventure, is there a fee to join the games?
So this time, our members are included in the games. Yeah. So for this one, we're grandfathering and grandmothering all of you into the eCourse games.
So welcome to the eCourse games.
Hey, way to go. Yeah, nice. All you had to do was be a member. Yeah. For those of you who are not members, then you know where the registration link is.
And in the future,
there will be a fee. Yeah. We're still figuring out the details of the fee, but everybody will have to put a little bit of skin in the game to get in the games. Totally. Won't be a lot, but it'll be a bit.
Yeah, and and then we've learned that just through the way human conditioning works. When you put a little bit down and you're a little bit invested, you're going to do a lot more work. You don't want to lose that let's say maybe $200 or something like that. It's like something simple. Who knows? Yeah. Yeah. What else? Do we have any more questions here? I see another question mark. Anik Camstra. This is the first time that I see the price for the Great eCourse Adventure is per year. Does that mean that our membership expires?
Nick, don't worry. I believe you were on our lifetime membership roster, that you were one of the people who joined back in the past when we
Nice.
sold a lifetime membership.
She's a lifer.
And you're a lifer. So you're all good. All of you who are lifers, you're lifers. There'll be no annual passes. We will have more courses coming to you that you can buy, like the green screen magic and such. But the Great eCourse Adventure is yours. You're always a part of that community, and you'll always have an invitation to the games.
Yep. And for other people, though?
For other people, yes, you can
need.
either pay, you can do the annual for the eCourse games right now. It is an annual fee that you'll be paying. And then after the games, once we're done this big launch here, you can join at a monthly price as well, but you won't be in the games with that one.
Yeah, it's kind of like being part of a social club, like the country club or something like that, with all the member perks and being part of the community. As the community is growing, there's going to be a lot of people in your own neighborhood, in the city that you live in, that might be also creating. It's really a wonderful way to network and ask people in the community about your own tech advice. That's the one thing when, like some courses, when there's a single teacher and they're answering all the questions, it's one perspective. But our community now, being as large as it is, when you ask a question, there might be 3 people from the community that answer before we get there. And sometimes, it creates a whole thread of options that we never even thought of, because, again, the world is so vast with so many ways to experience it. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I saw here, Stuart Mason, the games sound awesome. It's perfect motivation for me to finally create my course. Yes, it is awesome, Stuart. Do you get other people in the community who want to do this for passive revenue? Totally. I think that's a big part of why a lot of people are motivated to do this in the first place, is for that passive revenue.
Totally.
And what we've learned is it's been a bit of a misnomer around what passive revenue actually means.
Yeah.
And, to create something and then just leave it and hope that people will find it. The way the internet works is things get buried so fast. And so what you created a year ago is gone. But I guess what that really is replaced with is a way to work for yourself, where you get to probably work, you put the same amount of effort, whether you're working for a company, another business, but then you're not necessarily stuck to going in from 9 to 5. I can bring my laptop anywhere in the world that there's internet, and I can work from there and do a lot of that. Yeah. So it's more of the way the lifestyle is, and the more you put in, the more you get out. Yeah, it's just the simple way it is.
Steve calls it leveraged income here in the chat, and that's exactly what it is. And it's leveraged impact as well, that by putting a course on the internet, suddenly you can reach so many people than you could if you were just teaching something in your local area, without all of the fossil fuels and need to travel. You can just travel for pleasure with your laptop.
Totally.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And for all of you who are in the community, we have a collaborate section. If you go to topics in our community, you can go to the collaborate button. We encourage collaboration there as well. If you feel like you're not ready to launch your course, but maybe you've got some skills, maybe you want to contribute to somebody's vision, or maybe you're looking for something, just post what you're looking for, what you want to do in the collaborate section, and who knows what magic might happen.
Yeah. So I'm super stoked, everybody, about what's going to be coming down the pipeline. I'm really happy to see a lot of new names. Looking forward to seeing you on the mountain and what you're going to create. That's one of the best things about where we sit, is just to see what is being created out there. And because essentially we just want better courses, better education for people, and when you're doing that makes us really happy. Yeah. We probably should wrap it up now. It's it's coming up at 10 past the hour, and so if you do have any more questions,
go ahead, finish your thought.
Then you can always contact us. You can email us or find ways. There's always the links and stuff to communicate, and bring those questions to us.
And I'll just finish with this last thought, that Online education is the future of education. At the moment, there's approximately 2 billion people with internet access. In the next few years, that number is going to go up to 6 billion humans with access to the internet.
That's a lot of humans.
4 billion people who didn't have access before are going to be looking to catch up. They're going to be learning online. So even if you play the long game of positioning yourself in the next 3 to 5 years as an expert or leader in your industry, there's going to be people from all over the world who are going to be looking for what you have to offer. So really, if you're just getting started, the foundation starts here. There's going to be 6 billion people with access very, very soon. So let this eCourse Games kickstart you if you haven't started. And for all of you who have been doing this for a while, congratulations for taking that first step. It really is the hardest. That first course is the hardest. And may the eCourse Games be a success to all of you, and may the most binge-worthy courses win.
Awesome. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
See you on the mountain. Bye.